On today's show, the Climate Council report card is in, and I've got some news that those interested in the Cybertruck in Australia. Welcome everyone, my name is Chris, and if you're new to the channel, thanks for tuning in. If you're a returning subscriber, awesome, love that. And my patrons, big shout out to you guys for supporting me. Alright, let's get straight into this news, shall we? So the Climate Council has once again released the annual report into the states and territories' performance on moving to renewable power. So who do you think won this year? If you think in South Australia, you get 1,000 YouTube points. If you thought the ACT, due to the recent power purchase agreement for 100% renewable electricity in 2020 onwards, well, next year you'll probably get the gong. Coming in third was, Tasmania, and sadly, and I do not get this, the Northern Territory came in last place. For those living in the Northern Territory, can you help me understand this? You've got an abundance of sun, wind, and yet your government's done nothing about it. In the report by the Climate Council, they know that Northern Territory has received the Wooden Spoon Award on every scorecard to date due to supporting gas and fracking and just things that aren't good for the environment. Maybe it's because you've got a small population, but hey, in the very near future, maybe the Northern Territory and Singapore link, if it goes ahead, will actually be the world's largest solar array and battery. And if you're wondering about what I'm talking about there, follow this link down below, or maybe check this video up here. It's got a link to that story, and it's quite amazing if it goes ahead. All right, so now for me living here in Victoria, we get a good effort sticker with recent progress on the transition to renewable energy, particularly around substantial capacity of large-scale wind and solar projects in the pipeline compared to any other state or territory. Queensland wins the Most Improved Award for eclipsing other states and territories in terms of increased large-scale wind and solar capacity per person from last year's report. But despite progress, Queensland is not on track to meet its 50% renewable energy target by 2030 due to the continued support of new fossil fuel developments. And who did I forget? New South Wales and Western Australia, who are the only states without actually renewable energy targets. Now, I don't want to bore you with relaying what is an interesting report, as in it, the Climate Council has provided details on how they arrived with these findings, as well as this awesome, really good-looking infographic. It's good to know what states and territories need to do to be at the top of that leaderboard. And if you're interested, please do follow the link down below, and that and more can be found down there. Do you remember how just last week I brought you the sad news that the e-Niro and the Mustang E-Mach aren't coming to Australia? Well, turns out I was wrong. And, kind of. Not really. You see, just this week, the Australian government changed the rules around importing specialist enthusiast vehicles. SPEVs, we're going to call them, maybe. Yeah. And that thing, the specialist enthusiast vehicles, also happens to cover EVs. Now, reported by Bridie Schmidt from the Driven.io, she details how the new laws will allow a broader range of used electric and plug-in hybrid vehicles to be imported into Australia, so long as they're not already sold as new cars in this country. Another important aspect of this change in law is that whereas in the past you would have to wait at least 18 months before being able to import a car on the registered approval list, the wait is now just 3 months. Pretty good. As we learned last week, due to our government's inaction around CO2, renewable policies, and the like, these cars won't be sold here because car makers like Kia don't feel they need to, when instead they have to go sell them in markets like Europe that have tougher CO2 tailpipe emissions targets. Yeah. Anyway, what does this all mean? Well, as you can't buy an e-Niro in Australia, but you can in New Zealand and Japan, and Both of those markets actually have right-hand drive versions. You can now buy one and import it under those new grey import laws. Yeah. Or how about the long-range 62 kilowatt hour Nissan Leaf 2? Yeah, it's been out for more than 3 months in the UK, and well, you can import that here too. Okay, one last story, and well, it's not in the amount of reservations for the Tesla Cybertruck. Nope. It's about our messed up Australian luxury car tax in Australia, and that can only mean one thing. Promises is a segment I like to do sometimes about how our politicians are and well are generally not doing anything in the space of like renewables, EVs, and well moving us forward to a cleaner and greener future. And today I learned that our luxury car tax is so stupid that you won't believe it. Oh, and for those not familiar, the luxury car tax is like a tax on cars in Australia whose value is greater than $67,000 for internal combustion engine cars, or for EVs, $75,526. It was introduced way back in 2001 by the coalition government under John Howard. So this tax on a tax is set at 33% of the value above that threshold. And well, it hasn't changed at all really since 2009. As an example, if your car is say $1,000 over the 75k mark, then you have to pay $330 on top of that sticker price for that car. Now, I'm not getting into the particulars there about, you take away the difference between the actual car price, that little threshold there, times by 10, divide by 11 to take the GST out of it, then multiply that. No, that's not for today. No, it's not. But as I learnt, Twitter user Jays, who learnt from Harold Murphy, that the heavier a vehicle is, and well, if it's designed to carry heavy loads, your expensive gas-guzzling pickup, like the Ford F-150, can be luxury car tax exempt. What the? So that rewards car buyers for selecting the biggest, heaviest vehicle, and in doing so, that saves them thousands of dollars. Why hasn't the government addressed this? But Chris, you mentioned something about the Tesla Cybertruck. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, okay. So maybe, wait, politicians, keep doing nothing and just maybe wait until the Tesla Cybertruck is out because, wait for this. Because the Cybertruck can, haul heavy trailers and loads and it carries 6 people, guess what? You don't have to pay luxury car tax. I can't believe it. I really can't. Anyway, just a little top tip for those out there who are hoping to get their hands on one either in late 2021 or 2023. Yeah, alright, that will do it for today's episode, so thanks for tuning in. Now before you go, just a reminder, I've actually got a competition going for one lucky Australian viewer and one American or Canadian viewer. If you want to win the EV Armor pack from, EV Armor, it's like the Model 3 center console wrap, go check out this video down here and enter to win. I'll be drawing it next Monday, I think it's the 2nd of December. Whoa, time for Christmas, happy holidays and all that. Alright, hope you enjoyed the episode. Thanks for watching and be good and be green.